Yeah, I think you get it. A Capital One credit card denial, but there's more to this particular denial, so stick around to get the scoop. The Capital One Venture X is a highly sought after premium travel credit card, but it hasn't always been the easiest to get approved for many of us. Yes, Capital One does have some reasonably established approval rules. Per the points guy, they will only approve you for at most 2 personal cards and will only approve you for 1 card every 6 months, but people aren't getting denied for these reasons. In this video, I want to share my wife's experience in getting denied for the Venture X card, as well as her very interesting denial letter. I'll then look to draw some inferences from the denial letter regarding how you may be able to better position yourself to get approved for the card. Let's set the stage with my wife's data points. At the time of her application last month, she had an 801 credit score on TransUnion, 817 score on Equifax, and 791 credit score on Experian. Note that Capital One usually pulls from all 3 credit bureaus when deciding upon an application. Across all 3 bureaus, the maximum number of hard inquiries that she had was 6 on Experian. Keep this number in mind for later. She also has a grand total of 0 Capital One credit cards, and thus adhering to logic, she did not get approved for a Capital One card in the past 6 months. With that said, she did attempt to apply for the Venture X last year in March and obviously got denied. We just really wanted the card for her, and albeit the little hope for success, she tried again. This bleak outlook was compounded by the results of her using the Capital One pre-approval tool. I'd recommend using this tool prior to applying for not just the Venture X, but any Capital One credit card, as it'll show you which cards you have a good chance of getting approved for at the cost of just a soft credit pool. On the first page, select Travel Rewards and maybe New Card Member Offer to give the tool some indication that you're after the Venture X, and then afterwards, just proceed with entering your personal information. So yeah, the Venture X did not show up on the results page for my wife, while only some secured credit cards showed up. But hey, we thought, let's give it a go, as she was willing to take the risk of a hard inquiry. Alright, now on to the denial letter. I promised you guys that it'd be an interesting one, and I think it to be so because it came with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 reasons for denial. It's almost like Capital wanted to hammer it in that the first time we got a no, and the second time of asking, it's no, 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 no. Anyway, reason number 1. Based on your credit report from 1 or more of the agencies on the back of this letter, there have been too many recent inquiries. I suppose that means that 6 hard inquiries is too many, though I'm not sure that it's a hard rule, probably just an indication that Capital One can be fairly inquiry sensitive. And so, as you're gearing up to apply for the Venture X, you may want to consider limiting the number of credit or loan applications that you go for. Generally, inquiries fall off your credit report after 2 years. However, you can still go for credit applications that won't trigger a hard inquiry. For example, American Express credit cards, where if you already have 1 credit card with them, then any subsequent credit card will only trigger a soft pull. Reason number 2 starts with the same verbiage. Based on your credit report, blah, blah, blah. There are too many revolving accounts. This indicates that Capital One is less likely to approve you if you're later on in your credit card journey and have too many personal cards. I'm excluding business cards here, as those typically don't show up on your personal credit report. Thus, if you're still relatively new in your credit card journey and you're interested in the Venture X, you'll want to prioritize getting it. You could also consider canceling one of your existing personal cards to bring you below whatever threshold Capital One deems as too many. In fact, this is what I did when the Venture X debuted in 2021. I got denied on my first try when I had 11 personal credit cards, and so I canceled 2 of my more recent cards that I wasn't really getting value from, and tried again and got approved. Again, don't take this as 9 being that magical threshold, and also do consider the consequences of canceling your cards. Usually, you don't want to cancel cards that you're actively getting value from, as well as cards that you got earlier in your journey, as doing so will lower the average age of your credit history and likely your credit score. Reason number 3, blah, blah, blah. Time since recent credit card inquiry is too short. Pretty similar to reason number 1, but with focus on just your most recent inquiry. Here, I recommend the same tactics. If your latest inquiry was quite recent, just wait a few months or consider applying for cards that won't trigger a hard inquiry, like Amex credit cards if you already have one. Again, I'm not sure if there's a hard threshold for a time period that is too short, which is quite annoying, but hey, we play the credit card game. We don't set the rules. Finally, reason number 4, time since recent inquiry is too short. I reread this reason and the previous reason several times, and I'm still not completely sure what's the difference. I guess this reason refers to any type of inquiry, like one that is triggered from a mortgage or personal loan application. If any of you guys have a better idea, please do let me know below in the comments. And with that, we've come to the end of the letter. Hopefully through this video, you've gotten a better sense of some of the reasons for why so many of us are getting denied, and more importantly, how you can strategize towards getting that elusive approval. If you found value in this one, consider giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel, where I'll continue to nerd out and provide valuable insights about credit cards. And if you're interested to learn more about the features and value proposition of the Venture X, do consider checking out this video here. Thanks so much for watching. Peace.